Hey everybody, Mike with On Point Preparedness here. I know there's a lot of news coming out this weekend, but I still wanted to slip in 2 prepper videos for you all. And this first one I'm totally geeking out about because I've been looking for a solution for this for a very long time and finally came across the answer I was seeking last week. I wanted to share that with you all. And it's in regards to booby traps, more specifically tripwire perimeter alarms. So I've written articles in the past about how I'm a big proponent of home alarm systems because if someone breaks into your house at the furthest the furthest room from where you are sleeping and you're a medium to heavy sleeper, odds are you may not even know someone broke into your home until they're right up on top of you. So you need some type of first warning system, be it a dog or alarm system or something of that nature. But what if you're displaced from your home? What if you're bugging out and you're either in the woods or you're in some foreign building? What's your first warning alarm system then? Here's the solution that I found. This is a GE keychain alarm, and the greatest thing is they're only about $4.50 each. It's a pull pin alarm, so you just pull the pin at the very bottom there and it emits a 120 decibel alarm. This thing is super loud. You can see over on the right hand side are the 2 that I purchased and camo just with some Rust-Oleum camo paint. And it's really simple with how you set this up. Here you can see I have the alarm on the right hand side and you just basically affix that to some solid structure like a tree or something of that nature. You can see the pull pin there is pulled out and it's attached to my tripwire of choice, and that's Bankline, number 12 Bankline. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Bankline towards the end of this video because I actually use this way more than paracord and it's so much more practical. Anyways, here's a quick video with how loud this thing is and just its basic function. So you can see that these things are pretty much dummy proof. They're super cheap. They're really effective. There's only a couple things that I can think to do to improve them. One is maybe use a little bit of hot glue and go around the edges to make it water resistant to rain. But here's the other little tip that I have is in the same bag that I'm carrying these little alarms, I've put a couple different nails. And they serve 2 purposes. One, it's really easy to affix these alarms to either a wall or a tree and not have to tie anything off. But these nails also can redirect the wire. So if you do bug out and you find yourself in a home and doors typically open towards the inside of the house, you're going to have to redirect that tripwire so that when the door swings inward, it's pulling the tripwire. And I'll show you what that looks like just with a real quick example of one of my sacrificial doors in the corner of the basement. So you can see these nails offer a real quick solution to affix these alarms to any solid surface, and then by putting a small 90-degree bend in the nails allows you to redirect the tripwire any which way you want, so highly customizable. The other thing I like about this is it can be opened up with a Phillips head screwdriver and you can replace the batteries when they die. Some of these smaller cheap electronics are a one and done where they're completely sealed and you can't replace the batteries, so that's a nice feature to have. I also bought this 24-piece button cell battery multi-pack from Harbor Freight. It was only $4, which is a far cry from the $7 to $8 for 2 batteries at a big box store like Walmart for either Energizer or Duracell. So keep that item number in the back of your mind and Google it because there's all these small electronics that use these batteries, and this is the cheapest that I could find it for. Lastly, there's a nice little red LED at the end of this just to preserve your night vision in the dark. Can't hurt. Nice little feature. So to switch focus, this is the Bankline that I was talking about. It's a number 12 Bankline. This is 400 feet of Bankline, has a 100-pound tensile strength. It only weighs a pound and it fits in the palm of my hand and costs $9. I've written an article on this on my On Point Preparedness website, and I'll put a link in the YouTube description so you can educate yourself more about it. But I use this stuff way more than paracord, 10 to 1. Paracord still has its place. I like to use paracord for bow drills because it has more bite or more friction. But still, whether it's building bushcraft shelters, putting up tarps or guy lines, setting up snares, just a whole variety of uses. This Bankline just comes in use way, way more than paracord. I mean, anyone that's bought 100 feet of paracord and tried to stuff that in your sack, you know it takes up a lot of room. Multiply that by 4 and fit it in the palm of your hand. There's no way paracord can do that. I've used this stuff to make bushcraft ladders, and so yes, it does support your weight. Again, 100-pound static tensile strength. You can buy these in different sizes, and so you can get a 350-pound tensile strength, and I think it's something like 250 feet, and it'll still be cheaper than paracord. So it's definitely something you guys need to look into. I 100% suggest you have some of this in your bug out bags because it's so practical and so effective. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed these 2 tips. I sure have. This is Mike with On Point Preparedness.